Welcome to the O Studio podcast, where we delve into the art of feeling better. My name is Maddie Lovell, and O Studio is a wellness franchise that's here to help you relax, recover, and improve your health and well-being. With spring in full swing, we thought it was the right time to share a theme that we've always come back to at this point of the year: finishing strong. In this episode, we'll share our best tips and practical steps to help you close out the year with clarity, energy, and momentum. Howdy-o, how's everyone?
So good.
So good.
Are we
you're
starting
lying.
now?
Yeah. You're
Cool,
lying.
okay,
So
well,
good.
No, I am. I'm amazing.
Out of 10.
Oh, can I say 11? Is that like a... No, actually, I'm like on.
Now you just
Really?
make me feel
Right on.
bad.
What do you eat?
I'd probably say, I'm probably an 8.
Nice.
It's a good day.
Yeah,
It's like
you were
the
6
su-
yesterday.
I know. It's just the sun. It's the sun just changes my mood completely. So I'm feeling good. What about
Yeah.
you, Matty?
9.
9.
No.
Not
Yeah.
a 10?
No, I was 10 yesterday. Nothing really, but just,
Yeah, just-
strong 9 today.
Yeah, fair
But
enough.
I think you're right. It is the sort of the sun. It's good for your soul, and I think that's sort of today's podcast really is sort of like we're sort of in spring at the moment, and I
Yeah.
think that you get to the stage, and in New Zealand that means there's a few months left to the end of the year, and we always think in O Studio we've got the sort of focus around finish strong. It's a big sort of campaign sort of theme we try and get through to the end of the year, because it can be a really easy part of the year to just sort of like flag off. All right, almost there,
Yeah.
just get through. But I think finishing strong is quite a nice way to sort of frame it. And so we thought we would jump on today and share our top 3 ways to finish the year strong each. So Tim, you're nodding excitedly. Do you want to start with your then?
Yeah, I just want to double down firstly on what you just said. Because we all get it, eh? You all get to that stage of the year where you're like, oh,
Can't wait for the
you know,
holidays.
it's starting to feel nice, it's warm, but it's like, oh man, I just can't wait to Christmas. And then it's almost like this like subconscious countdown to Christmas. And so what we're trying to flip around this is, rather than it being a subconscious countdown to Christmas that you sort of stumble your way to the finish line, it's like, how can you just get to Christmas and you look back on the last 3-4 months and be like, I nailed that. I've earned myself an awesome break. I'm excited. I'm in a good space mentally, physically to actually enjoy a break. And so that's what the whole thing is. So we, as you say, we do stuff internally as a business to make sure that we can support communities to do that well. But this is cool because it's like, what are you going to do? What am I going to do over this next 3-4 months to like get to Christmas and be like, nailed it.
Yeah, and this was actually good podcast to plan because I started to actually do some of these things.
Yeah,
I was doing some of these in the last few days, and I was like, this actually really helped.
Yeah, it's a good reminder for us as well.
What you got, Timmy? Start us off.
Yeah,
Well, I've got like a mine's like a 3-2-1 thing, okay? And so I've got to do these things each week. So the first one's a 3. So I've got to do this 3 times a week. And the first one is it's something hard. So something hard 3 times a week. If I get to Christmas and I've done something hard 3 times a week, so I can set it up on my Whoop, it knows what I'm doing when it's something hard. It could be anything. It could be lifting, could be running, could be climbing a hill, could be some sort of exercise, but something that's really challenging, something tough. It could be a really good sauna ice bath session. Once again, that's like pushing on the push end of the spectrum, on the stress end of the spectrum. So that's my sort of baseline. I know that if I get to December 24th and I've been like, yeah, you did 3 hard things each week, I feel like I've earned that extra little bit of Christmas food. Just like I can walk into my holiday being like, yeah, I both mentally and physically, I'll be in a better space.
Yeah. Is it? Would you do that in most weeks in general, like outside of this?
Well, that's the thing. I reckon this sort of period of the year for me is when things can start waving a little bit because, things get busy, there's more events that are going on and people are coming into marriages and there's just like these things that like Christmas breakups. And so that's when my standards can start to slip a little bit. So if I've got this non-negotiable and it's only 3 times a week, like for me as well, like I'm probably at my best and I'm sort of 4 times a week, 4 or 5. So I've just buttoned it back a little bit. 3 times a week, commit to it.
Nice.
That's all right, eh? That's a good start.
This is a good one.
Yeah,
This is a good one.
who's
so
up
you've
next?
done your 3 points in like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So what's yours, eh?
Well, it does kind of roll onto one of my ones, which is similar. Where at this point of the year, you can start, just letting things kind of fall away and not really be super focused, or it also has been like gets really busy because you're just trying to get everything done by the end of the year. And so I can find myself personally in a bit of a cycle of just like almost saying yes to myself too much in terms of like, you know, if I want another coffee, I'm just like, oh yeah, well, you know, it's been busy. It's like coming to the end of the year, just relax a bit, treat yourself. And so I think my thing recently that I'm going to try to do for the rest of the year is actually, I feel like it sounds a bit kind of backwards, but I'm practicing saying no to myself more because I think I can just lean into just like, you know, oh, just like rest at home. You don't need to go to the gym. It's been a busy few months or something, but it's like, no, I need to say no to myself and actually. So similar, kind of just that discipline in doing stuff, but instead of making myself do things, it's more just saying no to those temptations of like, oh, just buy another coffee or just buy that thing or just do that or go for a, I don't know.
That evil inner voice that tries to negotiate with you.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like that devil on the shoulder that's like, just, you know, hit the
you
snooze
can do
button.
it, you know.
Flick that alarm off. Flick the alarm off. Like,
It's
right,
spring now. Like,
snuggle back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what Laura started doing?
What?
She started buying ice cream.
oh no.
She's like buying ice cream at the supermarket, a punnet of cookies and cream ice cream. And I'm just like...
Oh, I used to like Laura.
But I you know, I'm all for like, you know, having something nice and I enjoy something like that. But it's just like, you know, we might get to the bottom of that sort of barrel. The next day there's another one in there. I'm like, damn it! Like, it's so hard to say no because I love it.
Yeah. Well, I think as well with my things, like I'm not necessarily saying no to all of those like traditional kind of things that people think you should say no to, but it's just setting boundaries of then when I know I've kind of gone over that. So I was like, okay, I can get one coffee a day, but if if my mind is trying to, you know, get me to have another one, then that's where I'm like, no, I've got to say no to myself. So I know I'm working within my boundaries where I still get those treats, but I'm just not overdoing it. Yeah.
Yeah, maintaining a discipline.
Yes,
I have the same, because every morning I turn my shower cold at the end, and like it's just that voice in your head. It's like, just not today.
Yeah.
Just give you, it's Monday or it's Friday or it's Sunday. It's like, just don't do it today.
Yeah.
Like, but you've got to like,
can always find
that
a reason.
voice in the head.
How much better are you after a day?
Yeah,
You've just done
absolutely.
it. That's the thing. Every time you're just like, thank you, old Tim. Thank you 10 minutes ago, Tim. You nailed that.
Yeah.
What's yours, mate?
My one I've got like, it's a bit different, but it's revisit, like if you have a plan for the start of the year, it's a good idea to revisit it at this stage, I think. And so one, I think you can look at the plan that you've got and be like, wow, I've done a lot of stuff on there. I looked at that and I was like, holy shit, like I've done heaps of the things on there that I actually like, well, this has been a good year. Like I've really set it up. Two, it can sort of like recenter you. It's like, oh, actually, like these, you know, this is the key. This is still really important. Like, because you can get distracted at this time of year. So it can sort of realign you with sort of what's going on. And I think, probably more just the progress thing as I look at it. And you just sometimes, you feel like a year's disappeared.
Yeah.
You feel like time's gone. And, you know, especially us, we've got a 6-month-old now, you know, and it's just like, you feel like it's just vanished. And then, you know, you look back at what the plan was for the start of the year on some of the goals I wrote down. I'm just like,
What were some of them? What was one or two that you talk about?
Like one was for, I wrote Little Lovell, but it was the new baby to just feel welcomed and a part of the family. Like, and it's just,
Little
you know,
Lovell.
like, you know, like, because we didn't know if it was boy or girl, you know, like, that was really important. And then I wanted to have, like, get my nose operated on, get that straightened after years of being crooked. And then it was like, get my tattoo finished off, and like, I wanted the Willow to play a team sport this winter, and she's just finished her rugby season, you know, like, and it's just like all these little things. And you're like, one of them was like, I wrote down like, sort my computer out, because it was just, I don't know if I remember my computer the same way. It just like turn off every now and then at really critical times. It was like, get a new computer, you know, like, and all these little things. And you're just like, shit, like if my progress, if my life is going to be measured by progress against things that I'd like to be able to do, you look back and you're like, I've done lots of these things. Like I should, you know, it gives you a bit of oomph, I find, and then helps realign you with the second half of the year. Right? And so that was the thing that I looked at that and I was like, wow, like, what a cool year.
It is so cool, and I feel like it's just going to sound like I'm just taking things from you guys, but that was my one as well, because I think it is really cool to have that oomph for the end of the year, because time can just go so fast and it doesn't feel like you actually have achieved anything if there's not anything huge or a major life change. But then looking back and you go, oh, all of these actual things that I was trying to work on and I've achieved, I've done those. And so then you have this newfound motivation to finish the year and also see the things that maybe you haven't quite achieved yet or you're close to achieving, and then know that you've got, the next few months to do that, or reassess and see if some of the stuff on there, I'm sure for mine, like, might not be quite aligned with where I want to go now. So it's okay to just, put those to the side.
Yeah, absolutely. You've nailed it. And so that happened too. I looked on there and written that we'd wanted to take the girls skiing, and we hadn't done, and it's spring. I was like, so we've just booked a day. Sally and I confirmed last night we're going to take the girls skiing.
Oh,
It's like, and so that'll be a cool way to finish the year, or like, to do in between now and the end of the year. It's like, well, we've done that. We've taken it off. They've seen snow and played around.
Yeah, I think it's a good time of year to do it as well, because you still have a good wee leeway to actually get stuff.
So it's still open now.
Yeah. But I think you're saying like it's a good time of the year to like, you don't want to be doing this on like December 23rd and be like, right, well,
I've got a couple days.
What are the things I've got to tick off before Christmas? And you're like, oh shit,
exactly.
I'm going to run a marathon this afternoon.
Exactly. And then my one was also just like writing it out on paper. I mean, I'm more of a visual person, so I've got, at the start of the year, I did like a huge thing of all of my goals and what I wanted to do this year. And so then just, I want to print out the next few months in kind of like a calendar format, and then just have it all planned out, and then work in those other goals throughout those next few months, because I like to visualize, okay, how many weeks or how many days do I actually have left?
That's so good. Like, I'm not as good as you two at that, so like getting it down and out. Like, sometimes I'm pretty good, like, it's subtly, but like, how good is it, like, living really intentionally? Like, figure out what you want to do, make yourself do it. Look back on what you've done and be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Have gratitude to the state, and so that you enjoy it more.
Yeah, and I think the other key element there is your first point was like, be disciplined about doing those things. Like, don't let that little voice talk you out of it. There's probably 1,000 reasons why I shouldn't take the girls skiing. There's probably 1,000 reasons like, it's a busy time of year, we've got a lot going on, like this is happening, like what do you have to do with the baby, he's going to find a baby. So, there's 1,000 reasons to be like, we'll just do it next year. But it's like, then it's just another year. And so like, I think, if you have a bit of discipline to actually do the things that you've written down.
That you actually want to do.
Yeah, and it's always worth it. I doubt, touch wood, we're going to come back from the day skiing with the kids and be like, I'm really glad we did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything, whatever it is. If you wrote it down and you want to do it, then there's going to be discipline in doing it, not talking yourself out of it.
Yeah. What's yours, Tim?
My second, so I'm on 2. So remember, this is each week. So 3 things hard, 2 things recovery.
Yep.
Because like for me as well, like this is like, it's a really busy time of year. It's like becomes difficult. Like it just does, these things going on. And once again, the tendency for me when I get busy and there's lots of things happening is like the things that I know are really helpful for me fall out of the wayside. So really these sort of 3 things that fit in this for me. So like a good meditation session, like a good sort of 20-minute meditation session, just like calming the mind down. If I can do one of those a week, great, a really good sauna session or a float. So it's one of those 3 things are like the things that have the most impact on me. So my Whoop would tell me that too. Those 3 things are the areas that really drop my stress levels right back down. Like Whoop's just come out with this like your age, your like what is it? Your something by your biological age. It's the same thing. Like my stress is the thing that creeps my biological age up when I'm doing regular like recovery switch off like stuff. My biological age alters, and so if I can do 3 things hard and just 2 things recover each week till Christmas, I know I'll be in a good spot.
Good to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come on.
What do you got?
Anything else, Ian?
Have
you sort of wrapped your 3 up?
Actually, I'm just trying to think one like off the back of what Tim's just said. I'm trying to think of my third.
I've got one. I can jump in. One was is every year in November, because it's Movember and it's Men's Health Month, it reminds me to get my annual health check done. And I just think that it's one of those things that I always feel so much better. It's an easy thing to be like, I won't do it, I'll put it off. And there's a place here in Christchurch called Men's Medical, and it's a few $100s to do, but it's like a 3-hour appointment. You do like bloods and eyes, hearing, sight, everything. They test everything, and it just is one of those sort of like, we always talk about that a healthy person wants 1,000 things and a unhealthy person wants one. It's one of those things that, like, because every week when I write down the goals, the first one is always happy, healthy, strong family. And so it's like, what do you do to achieve those? And it's like, well, that's like one of like, do you go and get a checkup? And just, I'm getting to the age now where like friends are having things that are scary. Like I know people that have had stroke. People my age have got cancer. And it's like those things. It's like, maybe there's nothing you can do, but like is having a regular checkup, an annual checkup, have the ability to prevent a possible really bad outcome? So the answer is yes. And so I think it's a really nice way to finish the year, is to go in and get something done and get it checked off. And also you just feel really good when you walk out and, they're just like, look, mate, everything's looking great. Like, you're doing a good job. Keep going. It's like a nice way to finish off in the year, I reckon.
I should do that. I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon Men's Medical need to give me like some sort of like use the checkout code, promo code at checkout, because so many people should do it.
I didn't even know there was a thing called Men's Medical.
Yeah, it's just a GP, but it's called Men's Medical, and I assume they only see men, and it's just a male specific checkup. It takes ages, but you do bloods the week before, you do urine sample, eyes, ears, you do a cardiogram. I think that's what it's called. They measure watch your heart. Heaps of stuff. Run through your medical history, like diet, stuff like that. It's just one of those good points, just like stock take. And it also, like I've done mine for a few years now, so they got markers for me, everything like from like cholesterol and like other markers they read in your blood. Blood pressure, all those sorts of things. So you can sort of compare it against other things, because information in isolation doesn't always help, but you can go, hey, this has actually got better since last year, or and they read back last year and they talk about some of the lifestyle things you're doing then, or what you weighed, or whatever it was. Make sure I'm not shrinking.
Imagine how many lives have been saved by, if you could jump into that stat of like people that found something early enough and were able to get on top of it early enough because they took time to do that. One jumps immediately to mind that's happened in the last month. I've like got onto it early enough, and so therefore can get into this. And I know we can't emphasize it enough. Like if you lose your health, you've just lost the foundation of so much. It's just there's no hiding from that. If your partner loses their health, you've lost the foundation of so much of what you can do in life. And so, this is it's got to be a fundamental part of what you do. It has to be. And I'm saying this out loud, and I've never had a men's checkup. I need to.
Well, you're going to book it in by the end of the year.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, even like prostate's not a thing for us at our age, but like they can still do it through. It's a blood test now.
Yeah.
It's just a nice thing. My dad had prostate cancer, and so now like I just know that I get that checked every year. And I think like it's the same with women. I think mammograms over 40. They really encourage you to go that. And I just think that.
You're a few years older than me, though. So
it could be the best. I think it's about $300, maybe $350. Like it could be the best $350 you spend in a whole year if it gets something early and it's treatable.
Definitely, I mean, this is pivoting to like health chat a bit, but that was one of the things that I was kind of wanting to do this year, and I put it off quite a while, was changing doctors. And so I finally did do it this year, so that's one thing that's ticked off. But I think it's just highlighting that the things that you're also trying to put off, like just do them, especially if it's around your health. Like I did that, and then I started at a new doctor's, and they do like a whole new patient onboarding thing, and they do like all your bloods and all your checkups and everything like that. So it's kind of a similar, it won't be as in-depth as what you get, but it's still better than nothing. And I wasn't feeling super supported at my doctor's beforehand, so it's definitely been a big change for me that's really helped. But I was putting it off for so long. Like I have been wanting to do it for a few years, and I just never got around to it. So it is just like a good reminder to not put those things off, because they could mean and affect you so much.
Was it just the doctor themselves, the relationship? It wasn't quite.
It's just like one of those things where I feel like you hear these stories a lot, where you go in with issues that you've got and that you just don't feel like they're listening, or they hear you and they just kind of brush it off, or they don't try and look that much deeper into it. So I wanted to switch to someone that would actually try and get to the bottom of whatever I'm experiencing. And so that's what I did. And then, that's where they did all of the tests that I wanted to. And I know doctors that are listening probably hate this, but with the help of ChatG, I knew what tests or what things I wanted to know about. And so when I went to my original doctors and they weren't really doing that, and then I went to my other doctor, and I didn't say like I want these tests, but I just told them what I was experiencing, and then they suggested those, and I was like, cool, I've got a good one.
you just see their computer and realise they've just ChatGPT'd it. How did you choose a new doctor?
It was just Google and Google reviews, and this one just had like a really good Google reviews, and they also specialise in women's health, so that was a big part of it as well, because they obviously, I feel like a lot of the time as a woman you go with all of their symptoms and no one knows what the heck you're talking about. I think that was really important too. But the Google reviews were really great, and then I found out a friend was going there as well. And
nice.
Yeah.
Who's up next? Are we down to the last one
Yeah,
each?
go your one.
Yeah.
So 1. So I've got 3 hard things, 2 recover things, and my 1, and it should be potentially the other way around, but it's like just make myself do something consciously once a week. It's something kind.
Kind to other people or to
To other
yourself?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, and once again, just commit to something once a week. It might be just a nice note to one of the girls, or something for Laura, or sending something to one of my friends, or like it could be something to one of you two, or like whatever it is. It's just consciously try once a week to recognise something and give sort of gratitude or thanks or encouragement or whatever it is to at least once a week. And by making it 1, I want it to be, well thought out. It's not just, hey, like, love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Bring my sense off. If it's only once, I want to try and do it
Like purposeful.
a bit more purposefully. And because, no matter if I can do that, then I've got, these like 14 moments of things that I've got until the end of the year where people are going to hopefully recognise something.
And it makes you feel good as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think once you start practicing it more, you start recognizing things more as well that people were doing.
Yeah.
If you're properly looking out for it.
Yes. Yeah. It sounds flip though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do 1 thing kind a week and then do 5 things for myself a week. 3 hard things. And
You're
2
doing stuff for
recover.
yourself so you can show up better for others.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
What about you guys?
My last one is booking in catch-ups with friends or family or people that mean the most to you. I feel like over the next few months, it can get pretty busy. You're finishing off like big tasks at work, or you've got Christmas coming up, you're planning holidays. Like it can get all packed up really, really fast. So I think just booking in times with those key people that you want to spend quality time with, whether it's in the weekend or, for dinner or coffee or something like that. But yeah, I just find myself having people I want to see, and then I go months and months without seeing them, and then we'll try and like last minute plan a catch up, and it's just not going to work because like schedules just get busy for everyone. So I think just scheduling in those key catch ups with those people that you haven't really been able to spend too much time with this year is really important.
That's a good call, because there's a window, right, that's sort of like now up until sort of like, I reckon in Christchurch is pretty much until like Cup Week. It's like middle of November. Like after that, pretty much whatever's not planned is sort of falls by the wayside a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I reckon so many people have that same thing though at this time of year, and I'm all for it. I think it's right, but don't you reckon that all of a sudden people get to like October, November, I haven't seen you all year, we've got to catch up, and everyone's saying it, and it's like all of a sudden like everyone's trying to like, oh shit, I haven't. It's like, but once again, everyone's recognising like, I didn't do what I sort of wanted to do this year, and like we should catch up, and it's all of a sudden everyone's saying the same thing in like
it's
October,
so true.
November.
I think it's just I'm like quite purposeful with like, it's my close friends, it's people that I like, really want to be around and see. Like it's not just like, oh, I haven't talked to you for this whole year, let's catch up. It's more like, no, I haven't seen you for a few months, or like we've been talking, we've been messaging, but I want to spend, or like make a memory, go and do an activity or something. But yeah, I mean, if someone said, I'm sorry, I'm so busy right now, I'd understand, because I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
What about you, Maddie? Bring us home.
My last one, and this is, it works for me, but it wouldn't work if anyone else doesn't do this. But like each year I start a note in my phone, and I call it ideas from 2025. This year, for example, last year was 2024. And so like every time I hear something that resonates with me, I'll write it in there. And so like I could be out running and I'll hear something on a podcast, and I'll literally stop in the middle of the road, and not the road, but the footpath, and write down this lesson. But then I'll keep running. Or like I'll be driving and I'll hear something, I'll be like, that's really interesting, and I'll write it down in my phone, and then I'll forget about it, And so when I was trying to figure out things that, for this episode to share, I went back to that list, and I was looking through it, and I was like, this is so helpful. Like, there's just so stuff. I was like, that's a great idea. I don't even remember writing that down. But I'm like, I obviously wrote it down because, for some reason it was important to me then. And it's like, I was reading back through them, and I was just like, wow, like I forgot that idea. Like you can, in this day and age, just like information just comes and goes, like you think about podcasts and books and like conversations and, hear people talk and share ideas. And it's just sort of like, you think like, God, that's a great idea, and then next minute like your phone rings and it's completely gone. So I write them down, and so I was looking through them like yesterday, and I was like, wow, like,
come on, mate, you
I
feel like
you got
to give us one.
What
are your ideas?
Yeah, the first one, which again just resonated with me, was you're allowed to be happy before you've fixed everything. And like the reason that resonated with me is like I'm a fixer. You know, like that's just like if someone tells me an issue, like, my mind is just like solve. And so like it's the same with how my life happens. It's like I'm always just trying to like fix something or change something, or like I always think about how there's so much stuff to do, and even like, you know, like we're doing some work in the backyard at the moment. And it's like I'm like, oh, like it's not done yet. I've got to do this, like, you know. And I just think like, you know, that just hit me like a ton of bricks on like inside somewhere. I was just like, because there's always going to be something to fix.
Yeah.
There's always something not quite right, and just like thinking that, I guess it sounds a bit weird, but like giving yourself permission to be like, I can be happy without the lawn being finished. Yeah. Or I can be
Like, this is
happy if
pretty
there's
cool.
still work to do next week. Like, I should be glad there's still work to do next week. If there wasn't, I wouldn't have a job. You know, like it's like, of course there's still work to do. Of course there's still things that need to be fixed and things that need to be altered. And so I wrote that down at the start of the
I
year
love that.
and completely forgot about it. And then I read it yesterday
Bang.
and I was just like,
So good, just like a good reminder. That actually reminds me as well of, we had Di Foster in for the our franchise owner conference last week, and did you look on the back of her card? She had when she handed out cards, on the back there was a quote, and I actually took it home and I've pinned it up on my board, and it's be grateful for what you have while you work towards what you want, or something. And so, because I think you can get stuck not being, you know, like you're saying, always wanting to, you know, finish something or get somewhere, or you've got goals, and then I beat myself up for like, oh, I'm always trying to achieve more, and then you're not being grateful for what you've had. So it's like a good reminder. I just thought it was quite a cool like connection.
it's a nice way to put it.
It's definitely like, I reckon that message that sits there of this sort of like strive but be grateful, you know, like try to achieve something, try and finish something or complete something, but be happy along the way. Like honestly, I reckon that's the yin yang sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like I reckon if there's a message in life somewhere, it's that, you know. It's like it's the balance between pressure and care. I think they underpin so much, you know. It's fitness and recovery. It's sort of like, you know, that those two things playing off against one another, I think are
Well, I think, and
super
like
powerful.
and understanding they both can exist at the same time. I often
Yes.
find myself trying to be grateful, but then I'm like, well, you're not actually grateful because you're still trying to do better or work, do something else. And so then I'm like, well, I'm not actually grateful, but it's no, you can still be grateful and still be striving towards something else at the same time.
I love
There's
it.
this really good book called The 5 Types of Wealth, which I've been listening to, and it gave this really good analogy about you've got these 5 areas, I can't remember them all, but like you have to think about having dimmers on each of them, and so that you go through seasons of life, and in some seasons the dimmer's down on that part of your life. So like, for example, at the moment, like the family part of my life, the dimmer is full on. Like it's just everything we do, and not in a good or a bad way. Just like it takes up a lot of time. We've got 3 kids and there's a lot going on. So like my social dimmer is right down. But the analogy of making it a dimmer means that it's not turned off.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not social at the moment. It's like there'll be a time in a few years where we can be really social again. But at the moment, like if we want to do anything, like we have to get a babysitter, and a babysitter that's happy to look after 3 kids, and a babysitter that's happy to look after 3 kids, including 1 baby.
Yeah.
That's a really small group of people, and so like we just don't do a heap of social stuff at the moment. It sucks because we're both really social, but like listening to that and being like, the dimmer's down on that phase of my life at the moment, and that's okay. Like it'll be back up again at some stage, like you see all those like really hyper social, like, like boomers now, and they're just like, right, no kids, even nesters, and they're up like doing this and doing that, and you're like, oh, you're more active than me. But, I think that's just understanding the seasons in different parts of your life.
Can I just add there real quickly, but like if you're a friend of someone who's saying no to something social, like thank them. Be like, good on you. Like say that. Just like, oh, hey mate, I'm like, I've got a good friend of mine, and very social, and we were meant to be catching out the other day, and he couldn't come, and he was like really apologetic. I was like, mate, I'm so stoked that you said no, because it means like true friends are like they want the best for the individual, and as you say, like it's hard for you to be able to be social at the moment because you've got so many other responsibilities, and so like if you're a friend, you should be like thankful that person's like prioritizing their time where they need to prioritize their time. So, because I see that a bit, I see this sort of like, oh, you should, where were you? Like, you should be like, it's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, so if you see that, thank them.
Yeah, it's a good idea. And I wrote down one more thing. I'm a bit greedy. I'm just going to share, but it was what you talked about at the start E was around like discipline to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
I think the other one is like the wisdom to understand if you've committed to something that you're only doing because you committed to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you joined a BNI group because that was your goal for the year, because someone told you should,
Yeah.
and you go into a BNI group every week and you hate it and it's annoying and it's frustrating, it's like stop.
Yeah.
You know, so like it was really like cut an obligation.
Yeah.
If it's not serving you was
Yeah.
kind of the thing. And so like now's a good point to be like, right, there's 3 months left in the year. Like, is there something that I'm doing that's really actually, if I'm honest, like it's not that inner voice talking me out of cold showering, but like, is there something like, did I commit to, I don't know, a sports team or something that's just ridiculous that I can't make it? You know, like it's like the internal pain of doing something over and over that you know shouldn't do, or there's lots of other things that you should be doing.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're not really letting anyone else down, I think it's a good time of the year to be like, right, you know what, I've got 13 weeks left of the year. Like, I'm not going to spend every Wednesday morning talking to these people that I don't feel like is helping me.
Yeah, it's realigning your goals, and like, because you can start the year, you change over the year and you change what you want to achieve. And so you can definitely get to this time of year and then be like, actually, don't know what older me was thinking. I actually hate this. And changing, because you've got to prioritize your time this time of year as well.
Man, we are going to finish the year strong.
Ooh-wee.
Jesus.
Ooh-wee. Well, I guess the only question would be, has anyone else got any ideas, right? Because if someone's
Yeah.
listening and you're like, hey, this is what I do, or this has really helped me, like, please send us a message, because we'd love to know that sort of stuff. This is just ideas that we've put down, but we're not perfect, right? So
Yeah,
maybe-
exactly. Love to hear other people's ideas. And also, just a side note too, in a couple weeks, I know the studios are going to be doing a cool kind of Finish Strong campaign as well. So keep your eyes out for your studios campaign that'll come out, and there's some exciting stuff happening there. So
There
yeah.
is, yeah.
Awesome.
I'm excited about that.
All right, love your work, team. Finish strong.
How good.
Thanks so much for listening to another episode of the O Studio podcast. If you liked it, please click follow wherever you're listening, and jump on social media and follow O Studio Global too. If you could do one or both of those things, that'd mean so much to us. Our purpose here at O Studio is to make holistic wellness as accepted, as understood, and as practiced as physical fitness. To achieve this, we're building premium wellness hubs around New Zealand where communities come together to do things like sauna, ice bath, yoga, Pilates, meditation, flotation therapy, massage recovery, and so much more. All in beautiful, normal environments with everyday people. If you want to join us on this journey, come and visit us at a location near you. Visit ostudio.co.nz for all the details. Own the moment.